Hey guys, and welcome back to another day of e-learning. Today we are continuing to talk about drawing conclusions, and that's what we're going to be talking about all this week in reading. So I have this same poster up here to help us remember that good readers draw conclusions, and doing that helps us to understand the story better. We can draw conclusions by using story clues, so what we read in a story, and put it together with what we already know, and that helps us draw a conclusion. Authors don't always tell us everything that happens in a story, so we as readers have to use clues to figure out what they are not saying. So we kind of have to be like detectives. Now, I have a drawing conclusions game that you can actually play in Room Recess, and I know that this is a website that we've done in school before. So, I'm going to do a couple of these, and I encourage you to play this game too because it's kind of fun. So you have some clues down here with all these question marks, and when you click it, it flips over. You have to decide which thing up here that they are talking about by the clues. Let's see. I do not need legs to move. Well, a brick doesn't need legs. Air doesn't have legs. Music table has legs. Snail doesn't have legs either. Let's see. I'm very slow. I'm thinking snail. I'm gonna go ahead and go for that because then I could get 4 points right here. And the more I keep going, the less points I get. So let me try snail. Yes. Okay, good. And it's kind of lagging. Ooh. But anyway, let me try another one. You can buy me at a store. I can buy a ball and a bike, and maybe even a bird at a pet store. I am made of metal. I would say bike. Let me go for bike. Yep. All right, next one. I eat worms. Fish eat worms. I'm gonna say fish. Yep. I smell good. Well, see, first I would think flour, but I think pizza smells good too, especially whenever I'm hungry. So let me try another. I'm colorful. That would most likely be flour. So there's this game that you can play, and you can get a score down here. So I encourage you to play it on Room Recess. There's a video that I want to show you, so I'm going to close the game. You can go play the game. But there's a video that we want to watch, and then I'm going to do a couple of examples for you before you have your own thing to do.
Sometimes a writer will provide information about an idea, but not come right out and tell you what to think. When this happens, the writer is wanting you to draw a conclusion. In this sentence, the writer does not tell you how Haley is feeling. Instead, you are given clues. One clue we have about Haley is that her heartbeat has sped up. Another clue the writer wants us to use is that her hands began to sweat.
Now I'm going to stop it right here because I noticed he didn't read the whole little paragraph or portion right here. So I'll go ahead and read the whole thing for you. As Haley entered her new school, she felt her heartbeat speed up and the palms of her hands began to sweat. Now he underlined certain things because he's going to draw a conclusion from those clues.
These clues help us to draw the conclusion that Haley is feeling nervous. Writers often do this to better connect us to the writing. It allows the reader to conclude what word best fits the situation.
So, we used what we saw in this story, see how he underlined what he found, and what you already know about maybe being nervous. Okay, well, if your heartbeat speeds up and your hands are sweaty, then you're probably nervous. So he used what was in the story and what he already knew to draw that conclusion. So, I have a little example that I want to do, and then you will have your Google form to fill out. So I'm going to read this little short passage. The fireworks were very loud. Jacob waved a flag. Mom smiled. Anne ate a cupcake. We all sang songs about the USA. It was a fun summer night to celebrate freedom. What is the topic of this story? A family made a flag. A family ate cupcakes. A family celebrated freedom in the USA. Well, it actually in the story doesn't say that they made a flag. It says they waved a flag. They did eat cupcakes, but that's not what I would say the whole story is about. We sang songs about the USA. It was fun summer night to celebrate freedom. So I would say it's about C, a family that celebrated freedom in the USA. What details support that topic? That Jacob waved a flag, Mom smiled, Anne ate a cupcake. Now, this is important. Anne, in the story, it says she did eat a cupcake, but you could eat a cupcake at a birthday party, at a lot of different celebrations. You could eat cupcakes. But waving a flag, that really supports celebrating freedom in the USA. So him waving this flag really supports that. So I would say A. Jacob waved a flag. Number 7. What holiday is being celebrated? Valentine's Day, Easter, 4th of July. Well, most of us can use what we already know about holidays and think, okay, well, Valentine's Day has to do with love and hearts, and Easter has to do with Easter eggs and Easter bunnies and all that stuff. But 4th of July has to do with flags and celebrating our country. So 4th of July is that holiday. So see, you use what you already know to help you draw that conclusion, because they don't tell us they're celebrating that, but we can draw that conclusion. What season of the year does this story take place? Oh, spring, summer, fall. Well, it doesn't tell us in the story when it takes place. Doesn't tell us. But if we know that they're celebrating the 4th of July, because we've already came to that conclusion, we know, okay, 4th of July, so July 4th. July is July in the spring, the summer, or the fall. And July, as most of you already know, is in the summer, so B is the summer. That's where the story would take place. So we used those clues in the story and what we already know to draw conclusions. And then you are going to go and do your Google form for today, which is very similar to this. You have a story and you have 4 questions to answer. I'll be back on here tomorrow. Now, how do I stop my video? Oh. Did I not start it? Technical difficulties. Oh,